People with phobias, when did yours help you? My claustrophobia started when I was 9 and spent over an hour trapped alone in a dark storage room after my friends gave up finding me during hide and seek. Since then, tight spaces like elevators have haunted my mind. So when I landed my first office job on the 12th floor, I promised myself I would take the elevator no matter what because I wanted to be normal and not stand out. It worked for a while. I would grip my phone tight, count my breaths, and use the floor numbers to encourage myself that I was nearly there. I got into the mindset that I could beat it right after my boss picked me for a big new project out of everyone in the office. That decision unfortunately made me a target. My manager, Ms. Grant, looked at me disapprovingly when the chairman announced my name instead of hers. But when her frown changed into a smirk, I knew I was in it for a wild one. She watched me like a hawk and caught on to my fear after I refused to cram into a supply closet for some birthday prank. In meetings, she'd lean over and ask if I needed help finding the stairs. She started little bets with people about how long I could last in the elevator alone. I did my best to ignore it, but when she saw that did not get a reaction, she raised the stakes. One night, I stayed late to finish a project, and as I headed for the exit, Ms. Grant and a few of her work friends blocked my path and shoved me into the freight elevator. Before I could react, they hit the override to the doors, turned off the lights, and hit the emergency stop. I was trapped in absolute darkness, hearing only the sound of my breathing, and played creepy horror movie-like sounds from a speaker, and I dropped my phone. In the darkness, my mind and eyes played hallucinations like large shadow hands creeping up around the walls. Every time I tried to shout for help, someone would mimic my voice or shriek back or mock me saying, "Say hi to the stream for us." And that's when I realized they were live online, turning my fear into a show. But they would soon regret that. I pressed myself into the corner and tried not to pass out. But in the middle of my panic, I remembered reading about emergencies being caught on camera and how people could help. So I forced myself to stand, looked up at the security camera on the corner, and yelled out my full name, company, and the building address, asking anyone watching to please call 911 because I was trapped and could not breathe. My voice cracked, but I kept repeating the address, louder and louder, hoping someone would take it seriously. After that, I started counting my breaths, not letting myself panic, and after what felt like forever, I heard pounding and men yelling from the other side. The elevator jolted right before the doors slid open, and I fell into the arms of firefighters, half sobbing, half relieved with the bright lights of cameras and HR hovering over me. The stream supposedly cut off right when men rescued me from the elevator, giving just enough time for the culprits of the prank to slip out, but someone had already saved the footage and sent it straight to HR. The next morning, Ms. Grant was gone before lunch, and the same people who used to laugh with her now refused to make eye contact and mumbled apologies. HR rolled out a zero-tolerance harassment policy. I still hate elevators, but the next time the elevator dinged open, I walked in with my head high and let the doors close behind me. It turned out, freedom from claustrophobia was just one live stream away.